Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is the Raw Edit of the Week, number 72, and it's brought to you by Alan's Camera, because that's where I get all my stuff, and if you're in the United States of America, it is good to check out alanscamera.com. So here we have this file. Look at it. This is week 72. This was sent in a long while ago, and I debated using it for quite a long time, but I was told that this was done on one of those model photo shoots where a bunch of people go out and they bring in a bunch of models, and you go in and you take the pictures. So how was this taken? 1/800th of a second, f9. Very interesting. ISO 200 with the 55 to 200 millimeter kit lens with the 350 EOS 350, which I believe is just a Rebel of some sort. Being that we don't use those numbers here for some odd reason. I wish they would just unify them. But here, we've got a girl walking down the stairs and stepping off the stairs onto whatever. It's very interesting. I don't remember where they said this was at, but we've got interesting colors going on here. We have a cute girl over here on the right-hand side wearing really short shorts and interesting shoes. How are you going to edit this? What are you going to do to this file? Feel free to do whatever you would like in Photoshop, Lightroom, Aperture, GIMP, whatever you determine to be how you want to edit it. Let's see what you can do with it. So that is really going to be it for the Raw Edit of the Week number 72. Be sure to download it from FroKnowsPhoto.com. You have to be a member of the forum in order to access the raw file, but you can access this raw file as well as 71 other raw files of the week. So you have over a year of files to go download and practice with. So coming up right now is your raw edits of the week from number 71, followed by a quick edit that I'm going to do, and then we will be off to editing this file. So I will be right back. So here we are with your raw edits of the week from number 71, the raw file. Now this was a cool shot. Yeah, it was taken with one of those 18 to 200s on the Nikon. We've got the guy climbing. He's either going up the rocks or he's climbing over the edge. I didn't really notice that when I was looking at the photo the very first time, that it's possible that this was a horizontal shot, not a vertical shot. I'm not really sure. Some of you guys made it a horizontal, others left it vertical. So there's some interesting crops. I think I only picked 13 this week. There were 14 or so pages of edits. And I just felt that either they were just normal type edits or there were a few that were worth pointing out here. So here we go. We've got this creative crop, and it's tough because the shadows are at the guy's back, or the sun's at his back, so it makes it tough to get his face with the shadows in there. But I thought it was interesting the way that some of you guys decided to crop the image. So this is just, I think this is pretty much a normal type edit. I'm not going to say it's spectacular. It just serves a purpose more so for the crop. It's bringing the interest into the eyes, because look at the dedication in the eyes. You know that if this guy falls, he could die. He may not be latched in. How is he doing this? Or he could be 3 feet off the ground, and we just don't really know it because it's done really well. So that's that one. Moving forward, this is good. I like this crop, and I like that they made it vertical. I think it's a little harsh, but I think it works well in this harsh climbing environment. So we've got the guy climbing here, and he looks. Look what they did to the face. They brought out the eyes, and that is really important. And they brought it out without, I think, really taking away too much from the image. Sure, it's a little over the top, but I think it works well because they're making a point. Now, if it was black and white, I don't know if it would lose its interest, because the color is really vibrant, and it's really just making a point. And I think you can see the determination in the face of the climber right here, and this is a really cool edit and crop right there. Yeah, Rambo, really nice. We've got that F-15 that looks like it's, is that a Raptor? I don't know what it is. Looks like it's going to crash into the mountain before it kills Rambo. But it's pretty cool, creative edit, nice job. So here we go again. You know, it's tough to know. Is this a vertical shot? I really can't tell. This is a nice black and white edit. The background's not terribly too distracting. You go right to the guy. I really think a vertical would have been better. And the reason I think it may be a vertical is because he looks to be resting. Whatever, I could be wrong. I really don't know if it's a vertical or a horizontal. I'm going to have to say vertical based off the background at this point. That it looks like it would be a vertical because he's reaching for this rock and all of that stuff. I think this is a nice creative edit. I like what they did to the face. They didn't use too much fill or shadowing to bring it out. I just think it works very well. Nice job right there. And this is funny. It took me a little bit of time to find the guy, but they made him swim. It's like he got out of the kayak in the rapids, and boom, he's swimming in the water. This is from an old raw edit in the 50s. I think one of the 50 raw edits in the week 50 or something like that, and they took the background out of it and put him here. Now, I think he'd be pretty cold without a shirt on, but I thought it was creative. I think it works well. It's a nice job with the meshing of the two images. Here, the spotlight is definitely right on the guy. It looks like they softened up the background a little bit to make it not as distracting, because I pointed out that there were a lot of artifacts from that 18 to 200, just not clean, out of focus area. But this looks good. Nice color, nice edit. And then we've got my precious. Hey, my precious. And he's Gollum, right? Gollum's climbing the mountain here. That's creative. It looks good. It actually looks like Gollum's climbing the mountain. And here we go. Being that they totally blew out the background and the foreground and everything, they softened up the image just a little bit. It's just the eyes. The determination in the eyes is what makes this image. That's why I think a tighter shot works a little better. And it's just, I think this is a nice crop and a nice focus on the eyes. Other than that, I don't like that they lost the crispiness and the clarity of the image. I like this edit. I'm trying to find more things in this image. It's just, again, it's in the eyes, it's in the face. I like that it's not horizontal and vertical. For once, you know how I always say don't tilt the camera on weird angles? This seems like a situation where it could actually work, because you don't know if this is level or not level. The background looks level, but the rock looks like it could be on an angle. You never know. And in a situation like this, where the horizon isn't the sun, the background, where it's like this, and that's throwing you off and messing with your equilibrium, here, this could be the slope of the mountain, and that could be how it was taken, and that's interesting. So nice job right there. I thought this was good, too, throwing the waterfall in the background. I would love to see a little more in the face, and we're going to get to my edit up next to see what I do with it, but I'd like to see that as well. This is a nice crispy black and white. The background is killing me, though. The artifact with that lens just really, really throwing me off. The difference between clean bokeh and not clean bokeh is just that. Excuse me. Thank you for popping up. Is just that. So, I like the processing on this, just not the background. A solid black and white. Still like to see a little more in the face, but again, that's maybe trying too hard to give too much into the face, because that the sun is at the guy's back. And I believe that brings us back to the beginning of your raw edits of the week, number 71. Coming up right now, I will throw in my quick edit, and then that's it. I'll end it from there. We'll see you in a minute. So here we have my raw edit of this file, and I want to see what works the best for this. Where is my development stuff? Oh, I got to be in library to rotate if I want to rotate. No. Even though that could be interesting. What about this? Nobody did this. This would be like painful for one. It's painful to look at. It looks like you put a camera out over the ledge to get the guy coming down here. Is it this? Nah, this doesn't look as good. I really do think it's this. I think a creative crop is definitely needed here to bring out the focus in the eye. This is a D7000, so you should have the ability to bring in the guy. So let's look. If we were to use the See the World keychain, which is, do I have any back here? Any See the World keychains? There's my original See the World keychain. This is my original one. I really see it like this, and this is what I want to do. I am using this to show how I would crop this image, or how I would compose it if I was taking it. Really, the focus is here on the eyes. There's not much going on in the background, and that's why I think that is where it's at. And it holds up pretty well, but let me just show you what's going on here. You see how distracting and bad that bokeh is in the background? That's what happens the more you crop. When you have it fully, an image fully in the view, not cropped, imperfections aren't brought out until you really, really crop. You can see imperfections when you sit here and you pixel people on the computer, but when you crop it, you're just bringing all of those imperfections to the forefront of the image. So let's just get past that and see what we're going to do with this shot right here. Contrast. See the new shadow slider? You see how that saves the image? It doesn't really change the background too much nowadays, and we got that. Let's just go to black and white just for S and Gs and see what we come up with here. So yeah, I'm going to do that for a minute. I'm going to do that for a minute. Pump up the clarity, which is very strong these days, so you don't need to put as much into it. Shadow area there. A little bit of that. Some highlights. Don't want to go too far in the highlights because I don't want to lose the detail on the rock. As you can see that this rock is distracting by being blown out. Yeah, this is definitely a tough one that you should probably go in here and play. Let's see. We want to go up with the exposure. Yeah, not that far. That is not quite going to do it. Let's see what we got on before and after. Boom. Boom. Just a little bit. Kicked a little bit into his face. Just a teeny weeny bit. Almost forgot the bit part. No, I don't want to go up to clarity in his face. Bring it out just a little more. Let's see what we had before and after. Before, after, before, after, before, after. Using that button right above the return key. So what else can I do? I don't want to go too much with the highlights. I want to pump the contrast a little more. That probably takes us almost back to where we started. Let's see. Pretty close, but just a little bit of fill and kick into the face. I'll throw the highlight back up in there a little bit, and let's get back to the main screen right here. And that's what I have right now. I'm not going to say it's the most tremendous edit in the world. I do like some of the color ones, but just for a quick edit here, this is what I've come up with. In terms of framing, this is what I would have looked for. In terms of exposure, not really sure what I would have done to it other than either spot metered or tried to expose for his eyes, or for the face, which I would have done via spot meter, or just determining what the shutter speed should have been on his face opposed to the background because he's in shadow area. So that's really it for now. That is the raw edit of the week number 71. Don't forget you can edit the raw edit of the week. Where is it? She's here somewhere. Right here. This is going to be number 72. So here's the file for you to edit for raw edit of the week number 72. If you would like to submit your raw files, please send them to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com. And there you have it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.